Any doubt, they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Their franchise quarterback, the one leading them out, back to full health now for his second season. Out of Clemson, it's Deshaun Watson.
What a start to his NFL career as a rookie. 19 touchdown passes in just 6 starts. That has more touchdowns than Joe Flacco, Tyrod Taylor, or Marcus Mariota. And Houston went 1-8 after losing him, which lent credence to many people saying he should have been the Rookie of the Year based on his play and how Houston did without him.
They go play action here on first down. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long 3rd down. And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
DeAndre Hopkins was named All-Pro for the first time in 2017, and really don't have to do much but look at the statistics to know why. 4 touchdown grabs in 2016, jumped that up to 13 in 2017. That led all NFL receivers. Also added in 96 catches and close to 1,400 yards. DeAndre Hopkins' ability to get free in the secondary is a marvel, mainly because of head fakes and body control.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Patriots take over. So here come the Patriots now on offense. They're led out by a man who started more Super Bowls than anyone in NFL history, the great Tom Brady.
I can't help but admire the career Tom Brady has had. The numbers are off the charts. The Super Bowl championships and rings, we know that they are incredible. But how about the durability? Had one season that he missed, most of that season because of a knee injury. The rest of the time, he answers the bell and wills his team to victory more times than not. And we keep hearing from people who are waiting to see the drop-off in his play. I'd quit worrying about it. I'd quit looking for it. He says he wants to play until he's 45. Is there any reason to doubt him? His skills have shown no sign of declining.
Throwing now is Brady. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for New England. And even 40 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. The first carry now for Rex Burkhead. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Brady going to throw. This is caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Chris Hogan, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
Now Stephen Gostkowski on for the extra point. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And it's now a 7-0 game. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans making their way out with some renewed optimism, really, in Houston for 2018. But, Charles, it all revolves around one word. It's something they didn't have in 2017. I'll give you a hint. It starts with the letter H.
And I'm guessing it's not Houston.
No, it's health.
You're exactly right. Great call there, partner, because health is what really doomed their season last year. Remember, they were the #1 defense in the NFL 2 seasons ago. Whitney Merciless, a terrific outside linebacker, hurt very early last year. The face of the franchise, J.J. Watt, hurt very early last year. And who would have thought a rookie quarterback by the name of Deshaun Watson will give them the spark, the optimism they were looking for, and then when he went down, there went the season.
And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Pats offense coming out, yet another Super Bowl run last year that, of course, came up short against the Eagles. But Charles Gronk is back. Tom Brady back. Do they have any magic left in the tank?
Of course they do. They're the New England Patriots, and until further notice, they run the AFC East. They run the AFC. That's just who they are. But in order for them to win a Super Bowl again, to get back there and take it this time, they'll need the continued play of Brady, the continued magic. But on defense, not just winning the money downs. They've got to win 1st and 2nd down so that the money down tilts in their favor.
25 yards to pick up there and also a 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
False start, offense.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still 1st down.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Now Brady. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Fulfilling his immense promise now is Jadeveon Clowney, who had 9.5 sacks in 2017, the most in his 4-year career, and he's added consistency to his game. Back-to-back seasons he's gone to the Pro Bowl, and they use him at defensive end, outside linebacker, stand him up almost like an inside linebacker to rush the passer. He is hard to stop when he gets ahead of steam going.
Now flags come in. Look like one of the Patriots might have moved. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now Brady. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The point after try for Gostkowski. Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And here comes the Texans now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Back to throw. Watson. And this will be incomplete. Thomas the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. The Texans and Patriots met the divisional round of the playoffs 2 years ago. The Pats won that one, but they also met in one of the better games of the regular season last year. The Pats won, but it was in pretty dramatic fashion.
How about Deshaun Watson, his second start in the NFL for the Houston Texans? He went toe-to-toe with the master himself, Tom Brady, didn't he? But in the end, you know how it always turns out, right?
Brady did his thing, found Brandon Cooks for a 36-33 win.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 14-0 is our score, and we'll return to Foxborough after this. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going at quarter number 2. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. They'll try to run for it with Miller. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beef eaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing on first down is Brady. And a first look up with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, there it is, partner. Brady to Gronk, their first connection of the game.
You think those two often in sync?
I don't think there's any question about it. And look, we know Gronk has a whole lot of fun, but he's deadly serious about his football, as is Tom Brady. 2 great competitors, 2 fantastic players.
Easy.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Rex Burkhead, 32 yards. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score from anywhere on the field, it usually inspires the rest of the guys to do their jobs even better. That resulted in a lot of great blocks downfield because they knew if they gave him space, he could do exactly what he did, put the ball in the end zone.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. He's at the 30. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
So the Patriots coming out now. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. As a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. Julian Edelman, 27 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. Extra point try for Gostkowski. extra point good by Gostkowski. And a rout is on here in this first half. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In clutch territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Sammy Coates now to return it. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this. A reminder coming up at the half, we hook up with a new guy, Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis, and more importantly this year, scores and stats from around the league here in week 1. So do not press that skip button. To throw on second is Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
On second down, here's Watson. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Adrian Claiborne. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dante Hightower in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Texans send the punter out. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Like 20! Like 20!
Brady now on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Patriots continue to roll.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Gostkowski for the point after. Gostkowski the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Will Fuller is the intended target. And it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? The final shot before the break, Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin with an AFC clash up in the Northeast. Baltimore playing host to Buffalo. And it's the Ravens who have the lead as they play the second quarter. The Ravens looking to get to 1-0, and they've got the lead in front of their home faithful. From there, let's get to the Meadowlands to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. The Jaguars looking to get off to a hot start, and a road win would help them do just that. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans looking for the win on the road in Week 1. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Nifty move. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
A reminder, 4 more games set to kick off later this afternoon. Chiefs, Chargers, Seahawks and the Broncos, Redskins and Cardinals, and then the Cowboys against the Panthers. And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it indeed. Here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Brady going to give this one to Burkhead. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Again, they run with Burkhead. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Covers that time by Aaron Colvin.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they're doing something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Lawrence Guy with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 3rd and long. It's Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
On second down, here's Brady. And Edelman finally works his way open. It's complete.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Check it. Reload.
Brady. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Christian Covington coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying and carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Red 38.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Webb can't escape as he goes down. Lawrence Guy in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Webb to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping, and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They go play action here on first down. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Red 38.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Come on, let's go!
To throw on second down, here's Webb. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. First down, it's Webb. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now. What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough third and goal forthcoming. Defensively, I think they could smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The familiar refrain, Brady to Gronk for the New England first. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
This is caught. Gronkowski. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Now Brady again. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. first quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. Gronkowski, the intended target. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
Let's go! What? 90!
On 1st and 10, Webb. Caught here by Griffin. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Miller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Dante Hightower on the stop. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on football.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go! Grind 38! Grind 38!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Webb. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Texans on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Come on, let's go! What? 90! What? 90!
Now Webb. Setting up the screen for Miller. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
Dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Kevin Johnson, former first-round pick there defensively.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On third down, Brady. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. The Pats do snap it. It's Brady trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. And still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the fly over the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Pats, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory